welcome to Sugar Free. Here is the daily reading for Monday the 9th of November. It's got a nice feel to it, that. There's something kind of velvety, but also like a fist in a velvet glove. It's a fist in a velvet glove. Something velvety but forceful. I think I might have that thing, what they call it, synesthesia, where all your senses kind of run into each other. I haven't got that. I'd know about that by now if I had that. Anyway, yeah, being able to sort of smell sounds and hear colours and stuff like that. Must be amazing. Anyway, let's see what we get. Hope you're doing well, wherever you are. Okay, so Monday the 9th of November 2020. Oh, damn it, I looked. I'm going to cut. World in reverse. Huh. Wasn't expecting to see that. Strength in the reverse. Tower in the reverse. The High Priestess. There she is. Okay. Right. Glad you turned up. No. Let's take this seriously. Okay, so there has been a resolution of something. We all know about that. But at the same time, it's not over, is it? We all know about that too. I've got a reading called, I think it's something like reading for the next 10 weeks or something. Have a look at that, because it's over, but it's not over. This is going to sound really disrespectful. The fat lady hasn't sung yet. Okay. All right, so world in reverse. It's not over. It's over, but it's not over. Right, this is a pretty potent mix here. The Tower in the reverse, well, Strength in the reverse came out, and then the Tower in the reverse. All right, let me just have a little think about this. Yeah, okay. There's an unwillingness to accept the ending that has happened, the change that has happened. There's an unwillingness to accept it. And that unwillingness is rooted in the id, in the, but I don't want it to be like this. Sooner or later, what you want, whether you want it or not, there are some circumstances under which that is simply irrelevant. Okay. And that thing about it being, I don't want it to be this way, is what I'm seeing in Strength in the reverse here. Because the Strength card is about an understanding and an acceptance of the fact that in order to deal effectively in the world as a karmic agent, so to speak, in the world, which is what we all are, we have to master ourselves. It's self-mastery. And it's about being able to temper our own and tame our own kind of, I want this, and this is the way I want it, and I want it when I want it, how I want it, where I want it, in the way that I want it. It's like, after a while, it's like, well, who gives a what you want? It doesn't work like that. It's about in some circumstances it does, but they're quite limited. really. The circumstances under which, or in which, the wishes of the individual actually hold sway. It's quite limited, that range. Okay, so we've got that. That's strength in the reverse. And the Tower in the reverse. What this is saying to me is that this kind of shored up position of power that the builder of this tower, the owner of this tower, the controller of this tower felt, it's happened. It's gone. This has happened. It has happened, and there's an unwillingness to accept that. And in a way, I can see with this world in reverse, the fact that something has ended, and yet it, in some weird way, it still hasn't ended. I can see why the kind of the territory for foot stamping and refusing to accept this situation is open. You know, if this change that has happened, yeah, as we had it over the weekend reading about where we had the world in the upright over and the death card, you know, if that was actually reflected in action, then, you know, this would be even more irrelevant than it is. But the fact that it's not reflected in action means that there's more opportunity for this stamping, hissy-fitting, tantrum throwing to go on. But, you know, bad luck. Job done. It's done. The tower has fallen. The tower has fallen. Okay, and then we have the High Priestess, a kind of the only card in the upright thus far. Soothing, mollifying, not placating as in just kind of telling you whatever you want to hear, but just oil over troubled waters. That's what I'm getting from this. The wisdom of knowing how and when and where to pour the oil over the troubled waters, to just smooth things down. I'm going to get another one on the High Priestess here, so I want to see if we can see anything about the form that will take. Okie doke. Let's have a look at that. Now that fell out, and I don't know whether it's going to be in the reverse or not. Okay, how interesting. The Lovers, the way I picked it up, which is the way I normally pick cards off the top of the pack, it's come out in the upright. The Lovers, right. So leveling up, graduating from one level to another, from one paradigm to another. The impetus is there, and the impetus to make that change, to go from boyhood to manhood, from girlhood to womanhood, from being a student to being a professional, or even a teacher, etc., etc. That, like, changing gear, and there's a kind of natural evolution to it. The impetus for that is present in the little cherub here, the little Kama, as he's called in Vedic mythology. Behaves in pretty much exactly the same way. Fires an arrow and inflames someone with desire. That's the kind of the force of nature involved in this seeming choice that this card used to be called the Choice, and it's about the fact that if you want one thing, you're going to have to forego another thing. This person, this male person, this young man in the middle here, cannot have his mother and his girlfriend in the same way. He has to take a choice. He can't be both. He can't stay a son and become a husband. He can't do it. I know there is the kind of the entity of the son husband, and it never goes well for anybody, usually apart from the mother involved. But for the wife of a son husband, it's a sorry affair. So he has to choose, and if he chooses to say a son, he's going to lose that girl. And if he chooses to become a man and marry that girl, he's going to lose all the privileges and the comforts of boyhood. He's got to choose. But we see, as I say, once that arrow finds its mark, he's going to do it. It's inevitable, because it is evolution. It's as inevitable as a baby learning to walk. And, it's just what happens. So that's how I see the High Priestess here bringing her peacemaking wisdom to this situation. I mean, whether or not it makes any difference to the angry toddler involved in this situation, probably not, I would say, because angry toddlers are not good at being mollified or explained to. They are good at being distracted, however. But yeah, that's how I think the High Priestess is going to bring some to this situation, is just by allowing this natural evolution from one stage to another to take its course, whilst understanding that it is not possible to have both sides of the coin at the same time. If you take this, which a choice has been taken to take this, you forego that. And that is also part of the growing up involved in the Strength card. You can't have it all. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, this is a force of nature. Yeah, it's as natural as reaching for some food when we're hungry, and that is very different from I want this, I want it now, I want it all. It's very, very different. There's an immaturity and a megalomaniacal narcissism involved in this, which is hopping mad about this. This movement, this choice, this I want is wholesome. Thank you for watching. Namaste.